aren't like super sloppy because I can't be trusted and I'm wearing white. And then I am ending the night with my homemade ice cream and my homemade protein sheet cake. It's so good for 120 calories. We're not having one slice, we're having two.
Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Melina. I am an ex-fat who is currently fed up. I have that in my bio on my channel and I think it's hilarious, so I'm just gonna start saying it in my intro. I asked you guys, and by you guys I mean my channel members, I love you guys, so sweet, what you guys wanted to see next, whether it was what I eat in a day as a fat person or what I eat in a day as a fat person who is trying to lose weight, and the latter won by 77%. Speaking of channel memberships, I do have them. I have two tiers. The first one is my honey drizzle, 99 cents a month, just overall basic support. Love you guys, so sweet. You also get to vote on my polls, and you get member shoutouts at the end of my videos. And then we have our Golden Bison tier, which is my pride and joy. I'm putting my heart and soul into my Monday mindset post, which is every single Monday. And you can kind of see on the screen, I'll show part of the screen here. Every single Monday, I post my Monday mindset post, which is very in-depth post about things that I've done, things that I've learned about discipline, grit, how to endure. It's 52 weeks long. Well, I have the next 52 weeks already planned out, and each topic builds on top of each other. And on Saturdays, I do check-ins, so I can just show this one as an example. Saturday check-in, did you practice extreme ownership this week? That was the title / topic for Monday's post. And yeah, so as you can see, people talking here. It's cool. I love it. I enjoy it so much, and everyone is just so sweet. Yeah, we're going to jump right into this. I don't have any of these saved, so I'm going to be just searching TikTok as I go, and these will all be live reactions. I know in here some of these are mixed in with just regular what I eat in a day as a fat person who doesn't want to lose weight, so I will try my best to sort through them, but all the videos I react to will be weight loss videos. So okay, 25 pounds down, eating what I want with a calorie deficit and exercise.
A fat girl who eats whatever feels right for me. For breakfast, I'm having scrambled eggs with bacon and cheese with some sweet habanero Cholula. For lunch, I'm having a little bit of everything. Green apple with almond butter. Radish with cottage cheese and spicy brown mustard. Pickle with almond butter. If you know, you know. Imitation crab meat. Snap peas with cottage cheese and mustard. No. Cucumber with cottage cheese and mustard.
This cottage cheese and mustard thing is kind of popular, I've noticed. And by popular, I mean I've seen one other person do it, and that is Amberlyn Reed. Yeah, I have no life.
I have dill pickle dip. I'm gonna add some dill pickle dip in here. Carrot with dill pickle dip. Blackberries, I never normally get these, but they were on sale for 99 cents. Celery with cottage cheese and dill pickle dip. I got Taco Bell for dinner. I got chips and cheese and a bowl. I forget what it's called. And a Baja Blast Zero. Here's how she's looking. For dessert, I'm having a warm protein bar and milk. This is the Pure Protein Galactic Brownie. It is delicious. Ice milk is the elite way to drink milk, and I'm convinced that if you don't agree, you've just never given it a chance. I refilled my water cup 4 times today. All right, bestie, have the day that you deserve. Everything
I am not mad at this. There's not one thing, well, I am not mad at this at all. I really not. All right.
If it feels right for me.
So
for
the breakfast, what I would change is, I don't know how many eggs this is, so I might be off here, but if she only used, let's say, I don't know, 3 or 4 eggs, I would cut that down to 2 eggs and then add egg whites. So it beefs up the protein, but the calories are basically negligible. They still count, but they're not as calorific as a full egg. Nothing wrong with full eggs, but if you're trying to lose weight, that's just what you do. You have 1 or 2 full eggs, and then you just beef the rest up with egg whites. Yeah, so that's, I mean, it's fine, but it is best to have your breakfast be as high protein as possible, so you stay fuller longer, you don't have an insulin spike, and you don't, we all know what this means. We're not going on our I always say emotional roller coaster our insulin blood sugar roller coaster all day. So instead of this and this, it just goes like this, like
First, I'm having scrambled eggs.
so then she
For lunch, I'm having a little bit.
I like this. I like this a lot. I see no issues with that. With her dill pickle dip, I noticed she had it in a cream cheese, or not a cream cheese, in a Greek yogurt container.
Crab meat, mustard.
I don't know, where did it go?
Add some.
There we go. So I'm pretty sure that's Greek yogurt. If it is, great. If it's not, if it's sour cream, no, that is Greek yogurt. I'm like 99% sure. No issue with this at all. I always make my ranch dip out of Greek yogurt. I'll get the ranch dips seasoning packet, and then I mix it with my Greek yogurt, and it is phenomenal. So that's basically what she did here, but with dill pickle seasoning. The imitation crab meat, those, you have to be a little bit careful because a lot of times they do have a decent amount of added sugar and the protein content really isn't high, but she does have some cottage cheese here. That's probably 8 to 10 grams of protein, maybe, and then whatever she's putting in here is adding some. So that's totally good. Lots of veggies, lots of color. I love it. Love to see it. The Taco Bell. So since she hasn't really eaten much all day, I don't see an issue with this either. She got rid of the rice and added potatoes. I think that's good because potatoes are more satiating. I mean, rice is pretty satiating, but I'm pretty sure on the satiety scale, potatoes are like number one, and the seasoned rice is most likely a lot heavier in sodium. Extra pico, extra lettuce, extra cabbage, extra beet. Yeah, I see no problem with that. She added a bunch more vegetables.
Here's how she's
her
looking.
Baja Blast was diet. Perfect, cool. Ideally, you would want to stay away from all diet drinks, but if you're a bigger person and you're going from full sugar to diet, and you want to have it, it doesn't have any calories. Like, you're on the track of making better habits, and I'll never dog someone for going from full sugar soda to diet. I just won't. And then I think she had a cup of cheese.
This is
which I love. Oh, I don't go to Taco Bell often, maybe once a year. But let me tell you, when I do, their nacho cheese, if I can choose one food to not have any calories, it would be Taco Bell nacho cheese. I was addicted to Taco Bell for many years. I would ask them, and no one has ever done it for me, but I would say, hey, how much would you guys charge me to just fill up a cup of your cheese? And they're just like, leave. Also, my hat. So there's a meme where it's like, I'm afraid of going out in public in a hat because everyone knows that I don't normally wear hats. She doesn't wear hats. They all chant in unison. That's how I feel right now because I don't wear hats very often. So, but it's okay. I think I'm going to record another video after this, so I need to look a little bit different. So I'm going to go incognito right now and then take off the hat as if you guys won't know. I smoke dessert. Totally fine. I mean, heating up protein bars, it does make them more delectable, I must say. I don't really do that anymore, but when I was losing weight, I 1000% did that. I don't really see an issue with this. As long as she's not eating these throughout the day, and it's just eating the one a day, not a big deal. Yeah, and ice milk, fine. We're starting off strong. This lady, cool. What I eat in a day as a fat person that finally decided
What
to
I
lose
eat in a
weight.
day as a fat person that finally decided to lose weight. Just kidding.
Okay, well, she's not trying to lose weight, so I'm not going to comment on that. I don't like how she tricked me. What I eat in a day as a fatty.
What I eat in a day as a fatty who's trying to lose weight.
Okay, for reference, my height is 5 foot. So I'm eating according to my height. Calorie goals around 1,500, but I do sometimes eat slightly under. Okay, so I'm 4'11", so I can relate to this height.
I am on a calorie deficit of 1,500 calories a day, and I'm trying to work out between 30 and 45 minutes a day. I wanted to make
15. Okay, I just want to, because when you are bigger, you can eat more, which I always suggest to people, because if you can eat more and still lose weight, why wouldn't you do that, you know? Like, the time will come where you are not barely eating, but the time will come where your TDEE will be lower, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have ate more because I want to eat more right now, but I can't. I'm going to assume she's 25. I don't know. And she started off at 200
a day, and I'm
5 foot, sedentary. Okay, so 1800 or close enough to 19. So yeah, that's about a 400 calorie, or yeah, 400 calorie deficit. Totally fine.
trying to
And that's
work.
what sucks about being sedentary, is that your TDEE will be much, much lower. So just for an example of me, so I'm 30, I'm a female, whoops, 110, 411, and I would say I'm moderately active. Some people would argue heavy. So my maintenance right now is around 17 to 18, and that, I feel like that tracks. I feel like that tracks really well. But as you can see, her and I have the same maintenance, but our body types are extremely different. But the kind of what the main point was is, if I wasn't doing anything, I would need, that's not a lot of food. My maintenance would be 1300, 1350, which no thank you. That's another great thing about having muscle also, is that it brings up your BMR. So you are able to eat more because your muscles are constantly burning calories just while you're sitting here, which is like, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's why a lot of my days, like especially when I'm training, I'll often eat around 2000 calories, which can seem kind of crazy based on my height, but because of my activity level and my muscle mass, which my muscle mass isn't like, it's not crazy. It's not that much. But I feel like it is enough where I can eat a lot more and not gain weight. Okay, I'm sorry.
Work out between 30 and 45 minutes a day. I wanted to make these videos because I think that they're fun, but also as a way to track my progress. Okay, starting off, I am not a breakfast person. I've never been a breakfast person. So first things first, I'm going to make my...
So with breakfast, there are so many people who are like, you have to eat breakfast. You have to. If you don't eat breakfast, then you're not going to lose any weight. Some people just aren't hungry. It's okay if you're not hungry when you wake up. It's totally fine. And I would kind of argue that skipping breakfast, so kind of like intermittent fasting, can help you lose more weight because you're removing an entire meal. So if you just eat your lunch, which is technically your breakfast, and your dinner, there's no problem with that. As long as you're getting in your protein and your nutrients during lunch and dinner, you're totally fine. I promise. I don't eat breakfast. I'll eat breakfast maybe once a week. Maybe even on weekends. Like you guys saw my what I eat in a day. Was it like last week or 2 weeks ago or whenever? I didn't start eating breakfast until like 11:30. I just,
myself an espresso with about 3 to 4 tablespoons of half and half. Then I will eat lunch at around 11:30 or 12, and I will eat half a can of this soup.
Although one thing about drinking the coffee,
with about 3,
especially with sweetener, is that it still creates like an insulin response. So if you find yourself getting hungry after you're eating your coffee or drinking your coffee, or finding yourself craving foods or being ravenous afterwards, you might need to eat first and then drink your coffee. So you get all that protein in and then take your coffee in.
3 to 4 tablespoons of half and half. Then I will eat lunch at around 11:30 or 12, and I will eat half a can of this soup. It is so good. And I will either add half a can of this canned chicken breast, or I will dice up like 3 to 4 ounces of a just plain cooked chicken breast that I made at home. I did also add 1 slice of American cheese to this to kind of make it more creamy. I have a really sick obsession with olives. I used to eat an entire jar of this in one sitting. I'm not even joking, but I'm limiting myself to 3 a day. Now it's snack time, and I went over to my favorite coffee shop and I got a double Cuban latte with whole milk. Then I usually eat dinner around 5:30, and tonight I'm gonna have this ravioli from Aldi. I'm just gonna have one serving of this. I'm gonna have about 6 ounces of cooked chicken breast, and I'm gonna have 2 cups of this broccoli. I did also add about 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. I attempt to finish off 2 of these every single day, and to end it all, I will have 3 of these gummies because a serving is 6 pieces, and I just don't need 6 pieces.
Y'all, I am 2 videos in, and I am so happy. These are awesome. Like, I don't, especially when people are just starting out.
45 minutes a day.
Let me mute that. What about that? The soup, with soup, you just need to be mindful. That's why I paused it earlier, of the sugar and then also the sodium. You should be a little bit mindful about. Some of them are insane, and a lot of them have a ton of added sugar. This doesn't have any added sugar, and it does have some protein in it, which is cool. Adding the chicken, excellent. That made me so happy when she said that, because at first I thought she was just gonna eat the soup, and I'm like, that's not really gonna fill you up. It's not gonna keep you full. And adding chicken is awesome. Another thing that really made me happy, where is it? There we go. How she said, just plain cooked chicken breasts. I made it at home and I just add it to things. Yes. Amazing, beautiful, and it doesn't even have to be plain. You can season it, you can marinate it, totally fine. But just having a ton of already cooked meat is a game changer, because you can just throw it into whatever you're having, or just eat that. Awesome. Yep, nothing wrong with those. Olives are really good for you, but you do have to track them, like they're not calorie free. She said she's only having 3, I think, which is great. Her coffee, I mean, fine. And then, what was this? The ravioli something, which again, not a ton of protein. However, I think she said she's adding chicken to it, and then she's weighing everything out by the ounce. Awesome. And then whatever her little sweet treat that she wants at the end of the day, fine. Like, if this is the only thing that she has during the day, that's, like a sweet treat besides her coffee. I mean, it is what it's 50 calories. Like, it's fine. I'm not gonna nitpick her when she's on her journey. No problem.
This is what I, a fat person, eats in a day to lose weight. Starting off the morning with a breakfast crunch wrap. This is turkey sausage, bacon, hash brown patty, eggs, and a little bit of cottage cheese. And then I had a protein coffee. What's a protein coffee, you ask? This. I do 4 fluid ounces of coffee, 1 fluid ounce of syrup, and 1 full protein drink. Next, we're moving on to a mega pint of Greek yogurt flavored with vanilla syrup. I have a whopping total of 350 grams of Greek yogurt in this container, and
350 grams of Greek yogurt is like 32 grams of protein, I believe.
Don't like it to taste tart as shit, so I'm gonna add 2 fluid ounces of this vanilla.
This is why whenever I post on my, I post a lot what I eat during the day on my Instagram. You can follow me here if you'd like. Hi Mallory, if you're watching this, I just DM'd you back. I respond to all my DMs on Instagram. It might take me a couple days. I try. There's a lot. There is a lot, but I do my very best to respond to everyone, because if you're taking the time to send me a message and to reach out, especially when it's a compliment or you thanking me or doing whatever, I feel like the right thing to do is to respond. Back to what I was saying. So on my Instagram, I do post a lot of the meals that I eat, so you can just see. Oh wait, I know the video is gonna be right here, so let me go right here. I do this all the time. I always forget. So I post a lot about what I eat, right? So I think I'm trying to find the one with the Greek yogurt. Yeah, okay, so this is a good example. So with meals that I have Greek yogurt in, I always put liquid stevia, because I know people do follow me, or they do use my meals as examples of what they want to eat, which I do have a note about that. I'm going to put an asterisk up in my head to come back to that. But if you only do Greek yogurt, it's going to taste very, very tart. The only time I will not sweeten it is if I'm using it to replace what I would use for like sour cream, or in like some pasta sauces. So if I wanted to have like that bitter tartness. But if you're eating it in a sweet treat like this, yes, you need to sweeten it. I don't use this. I'm sure that would actually be a good idea. It would make it taste like vanilla Greek yogurt, which is cool. I don't know if I would like to eat that very often. I think I'd get tired of it. So I just use liquid stevia. And then also the asterisks about people copying the foods that I eat. I need to say, one, thank you, that's sweet. That is sweet. While I appreciate when people use what I eat as an example, I don't find an issue with that at all. I need people to realize and please understand that you can't copy things like meal for meal and expect similar results. I hope that makes sense. Like, my needs are going to be different from your needs, from her needs, from his needs. So when I'm posting my food, like my meals, it's simply for ideas. A lot of the times I will post like the calorie and the protein breakdown, but I don't post like how many grams or ounces of each item. It's more to show like, hey, I made this Greek yogurt and kefir bowl and it was only like 250 calories, but it has 35 grams of protein or whatever it is. So, and the reason why I bring this up is because someone messaged me saying, oh, I copy all your meals, which is great, but she responded that on one of my pre-workout meals, which was a full bagel, hella cream cheese, and hella honey, because it was like right before one of my really long runs. And I told her, I said, that's great, but just please be mindful that you don't always need what I need, and that I would not be eating this bagel unless I was training afterwards, because it would be kind of pointless, especially if you're losing weight. You wouldn't get really much of anything out of that, and those calories, because I think that ended up being like 350 or 400 calories, but I needed it to train, so just please be mindful when you're copying other people and use their ideas more as ideas and not, I'm going to copy everything that they eat throughout the day. Oh, that was a lot. Sorry.
The syrup, and really I didn't even use a full 2. I used 57 milliliters. Once you mix it all up, it just looks like regular yogurt, so you don't have to be worried about the consistency or anything. And then I'm gonna add my mini M&Ms. This is my favorite topping. I'm going for like an M&M McFlurry without it being 900 calories. Instead, this one's 386 calories with 40 grams of protein. If this isn't already on your meal prep, it's time to add it. I had 2 cuties and only one of them had seeds, not too shabby. For my next trick, I'm going to have Cheez-Its and cottage cheese. That's right, chunky cottage cheese. I don't know, I guess I'm an adult now. I don't have to blend it all the time, but I still enjoy doing it. For dinner, I made some open-faced sloppy joes with a side of green beans straight from the can. And these aren't like super sloppy because I can't be trusted and I'm wearing white. And then I am ending the night with my homemade ice cream and my homemade protein sheet cake. It's so fucking good for 120 calories. We're not having one slice. We're having 2. I don't like using the mix-in setting on my Ninja Creamy because it just obliterates my cake. I'd like it a little chunky still. And it's not complete without some sprinkles. All in all, this day was 2,200 calories and 177 grams of protein.
I'm not terribly mad at it. I do think there were too many sweet treats in there, like the Greek yogurt McFlurry, and then also the ice cream thing at the end. Because yes, although it is healthier, it is still, like, there's still sweet treats, And then also the, what is this? I don't know if this is homemade or not. That does make a difference, because if this is from Taco Bell, the ingredients are going to be way worse for you because they're ultra processed. Meanwhile, you can make basically all this yourself. I'm not sure about the hash brown, but yeah,
looks like regular.
I'm happy she tracked everything.
Not too shabby.
That's great.
These aren't like
yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I would. Oh, that's for the ice cream. Yeah, for the Greek yogurt, I would just put fruit in there. I wouldn't add the M&Ms. But yeah, 177 grams of protein. That's dope, though. That's awesome. Fat girl eats in a day that's trying to lose weight. Oh, I remember reacting to her on one of my almost very first videos.
Fat bitch eats in a day that is actually trying to lose weight because I'm back on low carb keto. It's Tuesday, so I work a 12-hour shift. Bitch, we starting our breakfast with a motherfucking apple. My man give me an apple and orange every day before I go to work. Anywho, here my go-go juice. This is black coffee with unsweetened almond milk and 0 sugar French vanilla. Get my day going. For lunch, I packed me a cup of cottage cheese with salt.
So I'm just going to stop it right now because the breakfast is already setting yourself up for failure. Eating fruit by itself really isn't going to do much for you. Again, it is still sugar. Granted, you don't get as much as an insulin dump because the sugar is wrapped in fiber. But yeah, she should be cottage cheese. She should have ate this for breakfast also with the apple.
Salt and pepper. The apple and orange my man gave me every day before work. I threw a banana in there. Cause this bitch, I don't know. No, this not real go-go juice. Let me tell y'all something about the superfood. Bitch, it make you motherfucking feel good. So that's everything I packed. Ate my whole apple, bitch. Devoured. Well, I hear my banana. Yeah, I was gonna do something. I made me a little avocado. And I already got the munching on it.
Oh,
with hamburger, cottage cheese. And that's what I'm finna eat. For those of y'all that don't like cottage cheese, why don't you like it? Is it the texture?
Yeah, why don't you guys like cottage cheese? I love cottage cheese. But I do think it is a texture thing for a lot of people.
Is it the taste? Or what is it? Because it's just good as fuck. I got some water. I didn't eat a damn thing else. So that's what a fat bitch ate today. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I would have ate what she had for lunch for breakfast and then brought something else for lunch that was also high in protein. She's saying she's on keto, but I'm pretty sure like all the fruit has carbs, so you do have to be mindful of that. But like she said, it's better than a bag of chips, which yes. And then her saying that's all she ate for the day. I mean, sure, I believe her. I'd have no reason not to. But the issue with that is if you are constantly eating such a small amount, no, you're not going to go into starvation mode. Starvation mode does not exist when it comes to eating in a deficit. Starvation mode is in between severely malnourished and death. And none of these people who think they're in starvation mode are there. Let me just say, metabolic adaptation does happen, but starvation mode does not. God, I hate that myth. But what's most likely going to happen is by her under eating this day, the next day she's going to be very hungry, and then she's going to overeat, and then it's just a cycle. Overeat, restrict, overeat, restrict, overeat, restrict, and then the keto doesn't work or dieting doesn't work, but it's not the diet, it's you, it's what you're doing. So meh. It could be better, it could be a lot worse, especially knowing how she eats.
Before I lost 47 pounds, I thought that I had normal eating habits when in fact I had far from normal eating habits. So I'm gonna show you everything that I used to eat in a day when I was obese, and we're just gonna break it down, okay? So for breakfast,
one thing about people who are obese, if you are obese, you have a food addiction and mental health issues. Period. No one really gets obese, and especially super morbidly obese, without some type of issue. The thing about food addicts is they are addicts. I used to be one, are addicts. So they are going to do addict behavior, and that is justifying, that is lying, that is gaslighting, whether other people or themselves. They'll be sneaky. They will tell themselves things to make it seem like they're not doing something as bad as they are. So you have to keep that in mind, especially with the reaction I did to the fit versus fat, or fit versus plus size. I'm only saying plus size because that's what it's titled. I will gladly call them fat because that's what they are, and fat's not a bad word, remember? But yeah, so when you're listening to these people talk, you have to remember they are speaking as addicts. That is literally what they are. So
breakfast, I was like an addict of McDonald's breakfast, okay? So I would almost always get like a large vanilla iced coffee, and those things slap, don't get me wrong, but those have so much calories in it, so much more than you would think. And then I would usually get a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich, but I'd take the bacon off because I think bacon is gross. And then I would usually get 2 to 3 hash browns.
This is exactly what I would do.
And that was just my breakfast. I would have usually more snacks even before lunch.
I will still agree. I'll still play the first part of that video, but I'm not going to have the second part on here. So that will be cut off. Okay, here's another
What
one.
I eat in a day is somebody on a journey to lose 200 pounds. I've currently lost 38. Here are my macros. These are determined by my dietitian, not by the people of the internet. Let's get started. I don't love breakfast, so the first thing I drink in the morning is I take one of these 30 grams of protein Fairlife shakes, and I pair it with a mint chocolate cookie Clean Simple Eats packet. This has 20 grams of protein. This has 30 grams of protein. Together, it is 50 grams of protein and only 250 calories.
Yes, it is 50 grams of protein, but you're not getting the same satiety levels and signals from drinking your calories and drinking your protein. Is it inherently wrong? No. But I would still encourage people to actually eat your food, eat your calories, eat your protein.
Sometimes if I'm feeling coffee, I'll add a little bit of this Javi coffee as well because that helps me get a little bit of caffeine. I also fill up my water for the day. This is 40 ounces, and I add a little bit of this pomegranate cranberry stir because drink your water and add what you need. It's around 11 a.m. Let's start our first snack of the day. So we're gonna do this Chobani zero sugar peach yogurt. I like these because they're low sugar, low cal, and high protein, about 12 grams of protein.
That's not high protein.
We're gonna pair it with this protein granola that I get.
And the reason why I say that is because Chobani also has, they have their actual high protein Greek yogurt. I believe it's 20 grams and it has 0 added sugar. So I would opt for that instead.
From Aldi. It has about 10 grams of protein in it.
The issue with the granola, like the protein granola, is a lot of the times it has a lot of added sugar. So be careful with that and don't eat it straight out the bag. I promise you don't want to do that. It's a very, very dangerous game.
And I actually have a fresh peach that I needed to eat, so I've cut this up. I'll eat a little bit of this probably with lunch.
I love peaches.
But I will eat some.
I love peaches, but I can't stand that middle part. Ugh, no. I like to get canned peaches. Also with canned, why'd I turn my head like that? With canned peaches and canned fruit, be very mindful about what it is packaged in. So a lot of them will be packaged in syrup. Some of them are packaged in light syrup, which still is just extra. It's still added sugar that you don't need. So look for canned fruit that is packaged in water or the fruit juice itself.
Some of it in my yogurt as well. For lunch, I'm having egg roll in a bowl. We meal prepped this on Sunday. For my mid-afternoon snack, I'm having one of these little P3 containers that I built. So this is 1 ounce of cashews, one of these little 70-calorie mozzarella bites, and about 1 ounce of beef jerky. I went to a game night with some friends and we had some snacks, so I went ahead and logged that as well. For dinner, I'm having some stir fry. I've got some onions, some broccoli, and some chicken from Sam's that is already rotisserie seasoned, and I am stir frying that a little bit with some orange ginger G-Heat marinade. I'm gonna wrap up my day eating some cherries. These are a food that are good for my body and my brain. So I love to eat cherries. They're in season, so they're perfectly ripe right now, which is perfect. But they're also good for your body because they are fresh, they're a fruit, they're natural, they're not processed, and so I love finding foods that are good for both brain and body. So this is what I'm wrapping my day up with. This is how we wrapped up the day. It looks like we had a pretty good day, under calories, over protein, under carbs. It was a good day. Reminder, these numbers are set by my dietitian, not by the people of the internet. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I mean, high protein, that's awesome.
50 calories.
Let me see. I'm curious about how they made that. Something that I would have done differently is I would not have had this. Not that it's bad, but I would rather eat, like, depending on what's in this bowl, I would rather eat another serving of that or like half, just so it's more satiating, because honestly, this wouldn't really do much for me. Especially that jerky, like, I want more. This is cool. An issue a lot of people have when they're going out or hanging out with people is they see it as a free-for-all, so they'll just eat like an asshole. So it's nice to see that she got small portions. I mean, the bread really wasn't needed, the croissant, but if it's only one, fine. She has the calories to spare, and she said she tracked it all, which is awesome. And then the dinner's cool, and then eating fruit for your sweet treat at the end of the night. 10 out of 10 recommend. That's what I would suggest to everyone, unless you have like your favorite protein bar that you want to eat at the end of the night. That's totally fine, as long as it's not full of sugar. It looks like people are hating. Okay, I'll be the judge of that. I'm the queen hater. I'm a professional hater. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Well, some might argue that I am. I don't think I'm a professional hater. I am an amateur hater. Okay, enough, Melina.
Everything I eat in a day as a fat girl, doing whatever the fuck feels right for me. Eggs, turkey, pepper jack.
Is she turned? Okay, yeah, she is still actively losing weight. Okay.
Cheese and Frank's Red Hot with a iced coffee. graham cracker with peanut butter and banana. 10 out of 10. I made glass noodles and chicken.
Oh, the chewing noises. You guys don't have to hear that.
Of course.
Since I cut out all the chewing noises, please make sure that you like this video and make sure you are subscribed. I think it's like 80% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so please just check. Just look, take your eyeballs and just go like this. Just check. And if you're not, just click the button, because I know you like my videos. I can tell by my analytics. You guys keep coming back, but you're not subscribed. Just subscribe, and then you'll get notifications, I think. I don't know. Maybe. You'll know when I post, okay? And then you get more good content, okay? Okay.
You know, I've earned myself a sweet treat. For dinner, I'm having, what the fuck are these? Veggie dumplings with faux broth, veggie spring rolls.
That looked hot.
Everything.
Not the worst. Good breakfast.
But hot with a...
Okay, enough with the noise. Again, just beef it up with some egg whites. Cool. I'm assuming that's with breakfast. Fine. This I would have... Stop it. This I would have added a vegetable. So just some steamed broccoli or asparagus. It literally anything. But overall, it's not. That's really not terrible, depending on the sauce. Sweet treat, strawberries and half a banana. Good, cool. This was not a very high protein dinner. That's the main thing I would change. Probably have, I don't know, a side of chicken with it or something. And then, was that it? Yeah, I mean, calorie-wise, definitely not bad. Protein's probably yeah, a little on the low side, but overall I'm not complaining. Not complaining. Hi Lonnie. Hi baby. Hi little baby. What are you doing? Okay, goodbye. He's the skittish one out of all three of them. My little Lonnie baby. Okay, let's find one more. All right, so she's doing 75 hard. I have mixed feelings about 75 hard. I mean, if you want to do it, that's fine, but if you're wanting to do it to lose weight, I wouldn't suggest it. Okay, let's see.
5 hard, and this is everything in a day on a calorie deficit.
Okay. Yo, that looks so good. I low-key am going to steal that recipe. That looked really good. I don't know if that's syrup. I would use honey. Actually, you can get some like sugar-free maple syrup. That would be cool. Or some like agave syrup. That does have calories though, but it's a little scrumptious. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. cool. I mean, the pizza was unnecessary, but if it did fit into her calories and her protein, that's fine. It's really not good for you. And then dinner was great. Ooh. Those, you need to weigh those out. I got a bag of the banana ones once, I think from Whole Foods, and the entire bag, there's not much in there, the entire bag was like close to 1,000 calories, I think. So yeah, you have to weigh these out. Don't look at, I'm not sure if it says like 12 pizzas or X amount of calories. Just weigh it out. You just better be safe than sorry. But overall, not terrible. As long as the pizza doesn't happen very often, then it is what it is. Like, I think it is very unrealistic to expect people who are overweight or obese to immediately just cut everything out. I don't think that's realistic. That's not how I lost my first 40 pounds. And I don't expect other people to do that either. Ideally, you would want to get to a point where these hyper-palatable, ultra-processed foods don't sound good to you anymore. Like, Costco pizza does not sound good. If I'm getting pizza, I'm going to go to, like, one of these places downtown that hand make it themselves, and it's better quality pizza rather than just Costco pizza. So yeah, ideally you would want to get to that point, and to the point where you're just mostly eating whole foods. But again, I'm not knocking her for that at all. Yeah, like she said, the apple pie yogurt bowl looks insane. I'm making it this week. Sure, I think I'm gonna make it this week too. You might see. All right, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Send me all of your video suggestions. Join my membership if that's something you think that you can get value from. I promise you there is value in it. And like I said, this project is like my little baby. I love working on it so much. I love being in contact with you guys and rooting you on your journeys, because I know it's hard, but it doesn't have to be hard, especially when you have groups of people like me and everyone in there who are going through the same things. Everyone's going through the same thing. We've all been through things. We all share our experiences. So that's it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you next time. Bye.